Hello everybody, Budget here, and welcome to Budget Plays. Today we are playing God of Weapons. So God of Weapons is your typical, run-of-the-mill survivor type game. You've probably played its, other predecessors like Vampire Survivors and Hollow Cure and maybe insert obscure survivor game here. Anyway, so the game is based like all those other ones. You fight waves of things, you have characters, you unlock, and you survive. Typical survivor type games. The cool thing about this is it's all build based though. So I'm gonna stop talking about that so that we can just get into it. We did just unlock this person. As you can see, I played a little bit of this because I didn't want to look absolutely terrible, but we'll see how it goes. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna play as new person. Cool thing about how these people work is they all have certain weapons they start with. They all have certain like artifacts they start with. And they all do different things. So, this one, adjacent weapons gain, blessed tag, holy weapons, great burst of damage. So like she's like your holy knight type person, And we did beat the first two, so we'll, go straight into the third one. All right, so there is a whole in-depth leveling system and, all that. But you know what we're going to do? We're going to not worry about that. And you know what else we're going to do? We're going to go straight into the run and see what we can do. All right. So as you can see, the floors have time limits. The time limits go up as you go through different floors. Survive the big scoopy, distinct ghastlies floating at you trying to touch me? Make me join their weird masked coven? Whatever that is. Anyway, so we clear the floor, we level up, and then the cool part about this game, unlike any other game other than, well, Backpack Hero, I guess, but we'll go over that. Anyway, as you level up, you get these spaces. The spaces let you get more spaces. So as you get more spaces, certain things have they take up different spaces, right? So for this, we need an L, which there you go. We got an L there. But what we want to do is we want to try and make as many, say we're going to go with these. I think we have to because of person we unlock. That's special criteria, right? So say we want a bunch of these. So we want to try and get a bunch of 4 lines so that we can have as many of these as possible. But we also want to be able to put some items in there, right? What we're going to do is we're going to extend this out to 4. We have 3 spaces left. So we're going to probably make a spot for some of these guys here, This wants to touch as many of these holy weapons, I think. Blessed weapons? Whatever her special thing was. Anyway, we'll figure it out. But we want to just try and see what we can do. Maybe we can move that there. You can buy one of these guys. That way, we're making the most out of things. Also, it's good to note that on the bottom of each weapon, they have these special bonuses depending on what they're touching. So we want to try and maximize what we're doing. So just like any other game, you can re-roll, you can lock things, so you can save it for next time. So what I just like to do is I like to do a little re-roll just to see what we're trying to do. I think melee power and maybe, I don't know, just big damage so we can win. I have not won many of these. So what we want to do is just, try and survive as long as possible. And getting some items like this is going to help us. All right. So now we have 2 weapons, right? That will make us more killy, which makes us more good, makes us hopefully good gamers, and maybe potentially get to the last floor? I don't know, but we'll find out. So now we're killing what are they? They're not the Jawas? non-distinct Jawa characters, the Jawa cousins. So one big thing about this game is I like the art style. A lot of these are, sprite based and they have, pixels and stuff like that, which not bad, but I do enjoy the fact that this game is a little more on the animated side, I should say. And basically with that, it just gives us a little bit more freedom. We can see more things. Our person, we can see them fully animated running around, even though they somehow have Jedi powers and swing the weapons with their brains. But we won't think too much about that, There are shields, there are armors, there are all different things that will let you build your builds and stuff like that. But what we want are blessed maces. We want as many of these as physically possible. The only problem we're having is we want this angel wing to try and touch as many things as possible because holy weapons create bursts of damage on hit. Oh, and we want recovery. So that's another thing is when we have these special relics, we want to try and get things that make this better, right? So we want blessed, right? Which these are all blessed. Minus, well, that one's blessed, but it's not touching. So that we're gonna figure that out. But we want recovery, it looks like, because recovery will make us big old strong melee people. And yeah, so that's what we're just gonna go. So we're gonna lock that. Locking does hold towards rerolls and it holds towards next floors and stuff like that. So anytime you have something that you're considering, like this has recovery, right? So we definitely want that recovery, and we drop our move speed, but you know what that does? That makes our big old holy booms better, because you know what we're doing? We're making a paladin build. Does she look like a paladin? I would argue she kind of looks like Sheik. I mean, nondescript Sheik, like Shank. Yeah, there we go. This is Shank, the non-descriptive Zelda-esque character who uses her mind powers to hit things with her maces. All right. So what we're gonna do is we want the maces to touch, right? So we're gonna move this one here. Now 4 of them are touching, right? This is making things a little spicy for us because we can technically have 2 more that can touch this wing, right? But we don't really have the space for it. So what we're going to do is we're going to slap another one of these guys in there. Because these floors, even though they're, 20, 30 seconds a pop, they do take a little bit. So the hope is to try and be able to run through this with just my divine punishment alone. Which, to be honest, Ghastly and these weird giant West Nile spooky creatures here, they aren't holding up as well as I thought. Which is good for us. We have recovery, which is actually healing us. So, if you ask me, I think we're doing pretty well. All right. So what we want is, I think we want to try and put one more. Well, we need 2, right? Because we want one here. We want one here. So we want to try and re-roll this. So now we can fit a mace right here, right? We do have to put one here because we do need to try and move this out of the way. But we want one here, and then we want one ideally right underneath, right? So that way we can try and get another one underneath here. All right. We're going to move that. Take one of our maces. I'm going to put it right, I guess right there for now. And then we should probably... All right. So at least we have space for other stuff. Right now, all of our weapons are touching this and giving us that big old buff there. We are going to get another mace because, yeah, more mace equals more good. We're going to get another bell because we want more damage. Oh, but now we run into a dilemma. More recovery means we heal more. And then this does more damage. But this guy gotta go. Let's get that water skin in. All right. See, a lot of this is very forgiving versus other games, you know? So you can sell things, you can move stuff outside if you need to like shift things around, which is nice. But you're not locked into that build, which to me is it's a very good feature, especially when you're like me, where normally I can't make up a mind. Thankfully for, you know, when it comes to recording and having to do stuff on the spot, I tend to move a little faster because on wave 5, I'm probably still trying to figure out my build. I think right now, though, we're pretty good. Like, no complaints. We're doing damage. We're killing the weird slug guys. We're killing the Doom the Doom characters that somehow entered this game. You know, lots of crossovers. Okay. So perfect. So now we are maxing out this space here. We're gonna move one here. Maybe. Okay, we're gonna move one there. We're gonna move this here. We're gonna move this guy here, and then on the outside. I'm gonna move this one down, and then there we go. Now we have the space. Okay, this is perfect. So now we've maximized this feather. Everything touching it has this weird smiting ability from the gods. All right, so now all we're looking for is all of the recovery. So we're gonna keep going. We have maximized our full holy potential, because I'm sure the gods of this game want us to enter this weird dungeon and cure these creepy slime monsters. Speaking of, if you haven't already seen the anime Reincarnated as a Slime, I recommend. Definitely wasn't the anime I was thinking it would be. Turned out to be an emotional roller coaster. And now I'm killing his kin. So that's fun. Oh yeah, by the way, you get power-ups. Power-ups help you live. Like, other than this one just being a bomb that tries to end me, the power-ups gives me shields and stuff, so it's like, hey, I guess we'll try and help you. And it's like, alright, game, thanks, I guess. Anyway, let's try and get some more stuff. We need to just kind of buy things at this point, just so we have, you know, some stuff getting taken up here. So I think I'm gonna just, and here's an issue too. So we obviously need to buy a spot here, so we have a 2 spot for one of these and one here as well. But we can try and shift things around at one point, which, like, if we get a spot here, we could probably move this down, and then we can move some stuff around and stuff like that. But, you know, we'll get to it when we get there. There are 1 spots, you know, there are things that only take up 1 little spot, but usually they're trash and you don't want them. So instead, we're just going to, again, re-roll for our life. Oh, like this. This is the 1 spot. It gives us some resource, which resource is just money, which, you know what? Let's buy one. That'll help us out. We're going to keep this because this gives us experience, but, you know, increases some for enemy spawns. But, I mean, more enemies, more XP, more good, more slots, more hammers. I'm getting ahead of myself. All right, let's go. All right, so I like these survival type games, or bullet heavens, or I don't know what you call them. Vampire Survivor knockoff. I don't know what you call them. Anyway, I like them because they're one of those games that you can just sit down, you know, if you have a busy day at work and you just need something to play, but you don't want to get invested in, like, Starfield, which I played 10 minutes of and got overwhelmed because, you know, work and life and games and adulting is hard. Don't do it, kids. Anyway, these games you can sit down, you have a 30-second floor, and you veg out and you play games, you know? So for me, these are very good, like, time passing games when you don't have time, you know? If you need to run to the store, but you can only get a game in, you're not gonna play a game of, like, Warzone or, those games that take 9 years and you need to be good at. No. Why would you do that? No. Instead, you can play this, which, you know, you can, like, do a round, a floor or 2 floors or whatever, and then feel like you did something, and that's what I like. All right, back to this. So we want to, like I said, move things around so it makes a little bit more sense. So I was thinking that if we maybe did one of these, right? So we kind of made the most of what we got here. Actually, you know what? Now, see if I put one here and one here, then I can free up more spots. But what that did do is we have now, 3 different item slots, which means one, we're buying this guy, so we have more enemies and more XP and more, fun. We're gonna buy one of these guys, so we have more recoveries, so big old holy boom of justice that saves our lives, because I think that's the only reason why we're doing so much damage. Actually, a base mace doing 47 damage is kind of nuts, won't lie to you. All right. Then we need one more item. Now you can get lucky and you can get like higher tier stuff like my mace here, you can get that stuff. But you do kind of want to be able to get stuff that pairs with it. So like this guy wants axes to pair with it and stuff like that. But, you know, it, it, it- that's like in an ideal world. Oh, anytime you see this elixir here, get it. It gives you an elite next round, but it just gives you a free random 5 points in something, which just gave us free in move speed, which not ideal, but whatever. At a certain point, the snowball will get to a point where we can just kind of wing it and go into each floor with just a couple rerolls and stuff. But the problem is this guy here. Again, he looks like he's straight out of Doom. Tell me he doesn't look like I can't remember the thing's name, but the big floaty eyeball that you end up punching his face out and then you potentially eat his face? Oh, we did something which with blessed weapons we did 1,000 something. We'll go over that later. That means more unlocks and more good. You know how these games go. You get an achievement, you unlock a thing, and you get more things. So that's basically what we're trying to do. That's why we picked this person. Anyway, we unlocked two levels, which means we get 4 slots. I think it's a 2 for 2. I don't know for real, but that's what I will assume. What we want to do is we want to get a space here, right? Because that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4. So a maze can fit here. And then we want one here. So we 1, 2, 3, 4. And then these 2 spots can be here and here. Okay. Now I don't know if I can. Oh, I can. I can fit it right there. Okay, that works. Okay. Okay, perfect. Now, did that really give us any more room? Debatable. But now we have 2 slots that we can put another water skin. What does it do? Oh, the water skin is the reason why I have no... Oh. That's fine. It's fine. We'll get to it. Ooh, a new elixir. I've never seen this guy. When consumed health point... What? Hold on. I'm slow and all, but I'm sure that doesn't make sense. When consumed, health point reduced to 50% max health. But we get a revive. Let, please let me know if I'm just not reading this right or this is just not proper right now. And we could get more of these guys, but really what we want are those. So we want to sell one of those. We want to put that there. And boom, we go from 64 to 67. Wow. Oh. Oh. Oh, if you were smarter than me, you would read too that this says adjacent blessed weapons gain 1% damage for each 6 recovery. Oh. Oh, so I thought this was giving us the damage, but it's actually the other maces. Well then. All right. Well, this is okay. So that just means more damage. Oh my god. God. I don't know how you can physically have a chest that you carry around on your person that holds all these weapons and stuff, but you know what? We're here for it. Let's keep on going. Now, at a certain point, we probably will get overwhelmed. Like I said, this is like the third difficulty, and the amount of hours, the undetermined amount of hours I was stuck on the second wave was kind of crazy. So, honestly, I don't see myself going very far, especially with everything hitting like a truck. Thankfully, because our recovery is so high, it looks like we are kind of tanking through those. But I had an idea. If I can get a shield to fit in here. So shields are kind of interesting. They block a certain amount of damage. But I found out, because nowhere in this game does it tell you, and not if you look up here, right? If you look at these stats, they usually tell you something. I'll go over that once I purchase these slots. So let me just go like this, and then we want one here, and then we want one here. But I don't know if they're gonna... okay, there we go. So, okay, so it says... Or, wait, so it says attacks deal extra damage, right? At no point does it say that it reduces cooldown, but I found out that shields have a cooldown, right? So it blocks a certain amount of damage, and then it has a cooldown of... Ooh, that has 5 recovery on it, but these also have 5 recovery, but this lowers... Damn it, nope. A big nope from me, dog. Okay, so they have a cooldown, so they block a certain amount of damage, and then they have a cooldown where, you know, if you... Whatever, it blocks a hit, and then it has a 10-second cooldown. But for some reason, it's either damage power or melee power. It reduces that charge time. So my thought, my crazy idea was to have a... Oh, you know what? We're going to sell that and buy that. To have a build where we have like, I don't know, 3 shields, and then we somehow get the melee power or damage to like 100, so that thing always procs all the time. So basically, we just never get hit. And just the idea of that makes me real excited. Just super excited. Maybe we'll do that one day. I don't know. Maybe we'll, you know, try and live to a point where we can maybe potentially get that. But not today. Today is all about the holy justice that we're bringing down from the heavens. Oh, and also trying to kill much cooler flying boy with a lance. Ow, and he hurts. Ow, he hurts a lot. Oh, but he's dead. That bone-chilling cry that sounds like it was maybe a small child recording it, that was the sound of that elite not being alive anymore. Yay, us. Basically what that does is it gives us this little resource, which I believe is called titanium. Maybe. Don't hold me to that, but I believe so. Anyway, the titanium helps us level up outside, so kind of like Hades. If you ever played Hades, play it if you haven't. Oh my god, one of the best games ever. Anyway, so it lets you level up outside, and then it helps it... Oh my god. Okay, sorry to interrupt myself, but so what that just happened there is we leveled up 5 times in one floor, and for one of the people's aspects, which is one of their special conditions, was to do that, and I honestly didn't think we would ever get to that point. So, kind of cool. Anyway, what I was trying to say was the titanium helps you build your strengths outside of the game. So when you're going into a new game, you basically have like... one here. I want one here. So basically you have a little upper hand, you know, so you can like get more like this is why this hammer is purple, right? So I started with a white every run, but I leveled it up so it starts with a purple, right? So it just gives you a little upper hand when it comes to it. To be honest, when you start the snowball, it doesn't really matter, but like having a little bit more damage or having a starting weapon that's stronger than, you know, the white by 5 damage, I mean, you know, it circles back to you and it's like, oh cool, that's awesome, I'm a little bit stronger, maybe I won't die. You will die. It will happen. When you start, it's bad. Anyway, the anvil, one of the best things you'll ever find, literally just upgrades one of your weapons. So we could either make one of these whites into a blue, or we can just make a purple into a red, which then increases it significantly. That's what we like to see. All right. Oh, shield. Okay. So because the shield is here, we can go over it. So it blocks 12 damage, which 12 damage is like, I don't know, like a hit or two. I don't know. But it has a 17 cooldown, right? But now that cooldown, for some reason, one of these two stats here brings that down a couple seconds. So imagine being able to block 12 damage endlessly. I don't know about you, but that makes me all happy inside. So one day, gonna happen. Not right now, but one day. Well. I mean, it would be, you know, sacrilege not to do it when we just talked about it. I think we're gonna do it. And then what we're also going to do is we're going to have, I think it's damage percent, because obviously right now it doesn't show that we have anything. So I want to get a damage percent thing, and I want to see if that's true. Maybe I'm lying to you, but I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. We'll have to do it next turn. So you know what? I mean, we're very killy now. We can kill weird, punchy, fly imp monster. The West Nile of, you know, the worst type of West Nile you'll ever want. We can kill Skelly Boy and all of the creatures from the Doom series. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Oh, also weird werewolf with red arms. This game has it all. Cool. Another floor down. And that means more spaces and more goodies. All right. So we're going to go here. We're going to go here. And now we have this big old spot. All right. Now we haven't seen much recovery because ideally I want to get to 100. I don't know what 100 recovery means, but good God, will we get there? I think we're just going to we're going to just buy stuff. We're going to make ourselves real strong, you know? Another shield? No. Yes? No. Yes? No. Another water skin, though. Yes, please. All right. I think we are pretty good. And you know what this mace means. Sell one, buy one, next floor. All right. Oh, you know, I don't use shields enough. I didn't even know that it has an animation of it floating around you. Now imagine like 5 of those with all insta cooldowns. Oh boy, the future looks great. Now, I was pretty convinced that we probably weren't going to be able to beat this floor, but to be honest with you, I think we might be able to. As I say now, and then in 5 minutes, I'm dead from one hit. As I say now, and then in 5 minutes, I'm dead from one hit. But I really think that because of our massive recovery, I think we're actually in a very good spot, which typically isn't the norm for me, to be honest with you. 90% of the time, I'm actually struggling and not good at games, you know? But today, today is something special. All right, so I want to maybe. See, I keep forgetting I have this one spot here, right? So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this down here, that there, and that there. That gives us a whole lot of stuff here to mess around with. Obviously, we're going to upgrade this, and we're gonna upgrade blue. And then we're going to just roll and roll and roll again. And roll some more. For more water skins, we're going to sell the blue. And get an... There we go. All right. I think we're pretty good. Other than, you know... Ooh. 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 This is kind of good. I did do an armor build once, and that thing is kind of crazy. It's not our build, but it is kind of crazy. So maybe one day. Once we get to all reds, this thing becomes amazing. That's that war drum that we were talking about earlier. But as of right now, not our priority. We're just kind of just pumping out these floors and then just seeing if we can win, you know? All right. Cool. Looks like we're able to kill big old angry skeletons with maces. Now, skeletons are an interesting concept for an enemy. Are you telling me that this skeleton has the structural integrity to carry a like big old mace that is like the size of them? And it probably weighs more than them, you know? So whoever came up with the whole skeleton as an enemy concept, very interested to see how your weird death magic can give them the strength of a bodybuilder without falling to pieces. That seems like a lot to overcome. But what do I know? I don't know these dark magic secrets. All right, so I'm going to put one here because we're probably going to get rid of this at this point. I do want to re-roll up this way so we have more space here. But obviously, they don't want us to have that. All right, so we're at 100 recovery. Oh, more recovery means more health recovered. These are all doing over 100 damage. I don't know. I think we got this one. But I still want to see... Oh. More damage, more enemies? Yes, please. Okay, so... Oh. Oh, maybe it's armor. So I think maybe armor lowers this cooldown. Oh. So the build might be that we are scrubs with lots of armor. You know what? I'm going to buy this just for Haj. I just want to see. No, it doesn't. Now I'm looking like I don't know what I'm talking about. But I swear to you, I swear. All right, loses 1% health per second. Does not trigger invulnerability, but does not reduce below 15%. But then it's giving us lifesteal on top of our recovery? Hmm. 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 No, I shouldn't. I shouldn't. But no, I shouldn't. I shouldn't. But that is no. You thought I was, but I knew better. Okay, more recovery, less health. Yes, give it to me. Oh God. Okay. Dodge chance. When's it? Do we have any dodge? Dodge. Dodge. Where are you? Dodge chance? No, that doesn't work for us. Okay. Oh, we have no more money. Okay, next floor. Hello, demons. Oh, big skeletons. Guess what? I'm the holy just punishment of just straight absolute chaos here, you know? You thought you were gonna live your life being a big old giant Skeleboy. Guess what? I have a hammer with your name on it. Unfortunately, it ends for you again. And when you inevitably come back after me beating you into a pulp, you'll end again. And thus your endless torment of me hitting you with a hammer that somehow has holy power on it. Because you know, the balance is real. And every now and then you'll hear that cling of my shield protecting me from... Ow, actually, ow. Ooh, ow. Ooh, okay, I'm being... Okay. So I may have to just adjust my strategy just a tad. You know, things seem to hurt a little bit. But I think we're good, to be honest. I think as long as we... You know, we get, like, water skins for more... You know, more recovery, and then maybe more damage in general, you know, I think we'll be good. Right, let's just get that kind of stuff and just go. No need to lollygag when we know we're the best. This is the idea I've always, like, this here, I know they made a lot of games where you're not the one actually controlling the games, like Rip Babylon Fall, if you ever heard of that. If not, the exact reason why it went under. But anyway, these games where you use your brain to, like, hit people, you know, you have hands, I can see them, but why use those when you can use your mind powers to somehow hit people with, like, 10 maces of divine punishment, you know? Gosh, you want me to use my hands? What am I, some sort of, like, scrub? Using their hands. Plenty of people out in the world use their other body parts better than people can use their hands, you know? And that's where I want to get to one day. I want to be able to swing my entire backpack at people with my brain. Alright. And yeah, spot he okay, yep, that's exactly, yep, that is what I'm looking for. Because you know what that means? That means we can do one of these and get more damage. And do one of these and get more damage. And, oh, maybe one of these. And guess what? It gets us more damage. And we're going to get another upgrade. We're going to get another red because, you know what? It really doesn't matter. And also, we're going to get one of these guys. And you know why we're getting one of these guys? Because it gives us free 5 damage and an elite next time. But that's fine. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get more enemies, but more... No. Maybe? Yes. So what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of this guy because, I mean... This is going to replace it. So we're going to do this. We're going to do that. And I think we're good. I cannot see a way that we do not win when we're doing 200 damage a hit. Like, yes, we have an elite here. You know, we have the weird Doom monster. I think it's a demon with a C. It's like the something demon. Anyway, we killed him without him even touching us, I think. Ooh, actually, okay. One thing kills us is probably the range of these boys that I don't like. Ooh, okay. All right, shield. Shield come in clutch for us. Oh, that's a bomb. Okay. Oh yeah, you want to get as many barrels as possible. Barrels, like I said, have power-ups, but they have the money, and the money we need so we can re-roll, so that way we can become more broken and win the game. Also, I think we're about to die. Oh my gosh. Okay. And sadly, that will be the end of the video. Unfortunately, the last ending floors were corrupt due to some unknown issue, probably my fault, but I can assure you we 100% did not win. Alright, so with that, I think that will be the end of the video for today. If you enjoyed watching me fail, please consider maybe leaving a like, and then if you're feeling extra amazing, you can even press that subscribe button. Alright, until next time, budge out. See you.